If you really want to challenge your balance, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm a physical therapist, and the exercises we're going to do today are going to challenge your coordination and your control. We're going to start with stepping over to the side, and what it's going to look like is we're going to step over and hold the leg up. Step back to the side and hold the leg up. Now, I do have a little bit of a bend in my stance leg as I'm doing these. And these are going to really challenge the balance because we're holding with one foot at the end. Now, I've got my chair nearby. You could do these in front of a counter. If you need to put your other foot down like you just saw me do a second ago, that's perfectly fine. And you'll want to do about 10 of these on each side, stepping right and stepping left. And you'll just hold it for a few seconds. And that's what is going to give you the challenge with this exercise. Stepping over, hold for a moment, and then back to the beginning. If you need to hold your arms out to the side or lightly touch your chair, that's perfectly fine. If you find this type of content helpful, please like and subscribe. So the next exercise on our list is a single limb balance. To make it more challenging today, what we want to do is cross our arms and see how long we can hold it for. If you can hold it for at least 20 seconds, you're in good shape. So I'm just holding on here. And since I don't have a timer right in front of me, I'm going to estimate that that's about 20 seconds. And now what I'm going to do is switch over. So I've got my leg ready, and I'm just crossing my arms and seeing how long I can hold this. Now I hear Jersey off to the side. She's the family dog. Sometimes she likes to join us, but it's been a really long time since she's been in one of my videos. When I first started, she always used to come and join me. And she usually does her stretch. Yep, stretch one way. Yep, go ahead, give a good stretch. What about the other way? She usually stretches one way, then the other. Okay, can you go sit down? Good girl. Alrighty, so we're going back to standing on one leg, arms crossed over the chest, and see if we can hold it for about 20 seconds. So if you can do this for about 20 seconds, you'll want to do it a couple of times on each side. There we go. Who's a good girl? Alrighty, just like that. And that's good for that exercise. So the next exercise I'm going to do is a tandem walk. That just means I'm walking with one foot directly in front of the other, like so. And when we get to the end, we'll go ahead and turn around. So if it's too easy to just walk with one foot in front of the other, you can go ahead and cross your arms. And when you get to the end, you go ahead and turn around. Now, as you're turning, you do want to be careful and make sure if you have any pets around that you don't trip over them. So we're just going like this. And as you're turning, you want to make sure that you don't cross your legs so your legs don't get tangled up. And you can do this for a couple of minutes to really challenge your balance. And here we go. Now the next one we're going to do is walking backwards, or a retro walk. And I just have a small space here, so I'm going to take just a few steps and then turn around and go back. In fact, because I have the counter next to me, I'm going to go ahead and move the chair out of the way so that I don't have to worry about running into it as I'm walking backwards. And then we're turning around and going back. Now, when you're doing this, you just want to take your time and don't rush through it. You get the most benefit from these when you really take your time and concentrate. That way you get that neuroplasticity. Because when we were younger, we used to do these type of things all the time. I know for myself, Whenever I was in a parking lot, if there were any curbs, I'd be walking across the curbs trying to, pretending it was a balance beam and walking backwards down the sidewalk talking to your friends. We would do that all the time. So the neuroplasticity is training your brain to make new connections to do this activity again, just like you did when you were younger. For the next exercise, I'm using my step. And since I have my counter next to me, I'm not going to put the chair on the other side because my balance is good enough. If your balance is a little bit off, you would want to put the chair to the side or maybe in front to make sure that you stay safe. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to step down with one foot and reverse back up. Now, this is my favorite exercise to practice going down the stairs. And if you have a hard time with this size step here, that's maybe about a 6-inch step, you could get one of those aerobic bench steps and use that. It's only about 4 inches tall, and that smaller height will make it easier for you to practice this exercise. So we're just stepping down and back up. You can do about 10 on each side, but since these are a little bit harder, if you find that you can't do 10 on each side, just do what you can. Maybe 5 or 6 is all you can do, especially if you've had a stroke and your muscles fatigue quickly. Just work on doing what you can, resting up as much as you need to, and continuing on when you're ready. If you keep doing an exercise after you've reached the point of fatigue, that's when you risk having an injury because as we fatigue, sometimes our form starts to fail and then we can have an injury. So if you're feeling really steady, you could do this with no hands, but I feel like for me, just holding lightly is perfect. And again, you'll just do the amount that you're able to safely. Now, the next exercise I'm going to show you is a full tandem stance. So that just means I have one foot directly in front of the other, and I'm going to balance like that for about 30 seconds. Again, just like with the other ones for the single limb, we can either have our arms out to the side if you're a little bit more challenged, down by your side, or with your arms crossed if it's too easy for you. And we've got Jersey just hanging out with us, which is a real treat because I was thinking today, it's been a while since she's joined me for a video. So she's here. I know a couple of other YouTubers. There's Derek Sarmo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He has um, a dog named Frankie. She's a really pretty senior gal. And he always has his dogs in his videos. Alrighty, so we're just balancing like this, 30 seconds. And for these, again, you can do a couple on each side. And let's switch over. Do you hear somebody, Jersey? Yeah, she's very protective. Just a little while ago, she was barking like crazy, but it was just my daughters coming in the house. So sometimes when I'm home, she likes to be on high alert because I think she feels the need to protect me. Don't you, girl? Already 30 seconds that way. And one last one for these, which is the full tandem stance with the arms crossed. And again, just if this is too hard for you, go ahead, put your arms out or just hold lightly onto the chair. So the last exercise I'm going to try today is a single limb sit to stand. Now for this, what you'll want to do is put the one foot in front and just slowly sit down with a good amount of control and then come back up. Now, if this is a little bit too challenging for you, you could put a pillow in your chair to make it a little bit easier. And for these, I'm just going to do about 5 on each side. Now, if you had a chair with arms, you could use the armrest if you needed to, or you could even just put your hands right on your legs to help give you a little extra control and boost. Alrighty, so that's about 5. So we're going to switch over and do a few using the right leg. So I'm going to sit down with a good amount of control. If you need to use your hands a little bit, that's okay, because you want to make sure that you're staying safe with all of these. These are a lot more challenging than some of the other exercises we've done. So you just want to stay safe. So even if you have to put your leg down, just like I did, that's perfectly fine. You just do what you can, use the supports as you need to, and come up and back down. I hope you found these exercises helpful today. If you did, you might also like this video here.